Dispersion is everywhere around us. We care about dispersion a lot in our everyday life. But just if I look at the definition of dispersion in an abstract way, you may not really have that feel why we care about dispersion so much. In this video, we want to take a look at dispersion from the viewpoint of the everyday man. And then you will see that dispersion is used in so many different contexts. So let's see all those examples. Okay, here is our first example of dispersion in real life. So I'm going to play two audio recordings. So let's just listen to the first one.
This is a test recording.
And now is the second one.
And this is another test recording.
Now if I ask you which one sounded better, you would definitely say the second one, because the first one has lots of noise. So there was lots of this jarring sound. Now if you look at the plot, these are the plots of the sound, you can easily see that all these things are the noise. And this is what is actually meant by dispersion. The thing is vibrating so much, the things are just going randomly. For example, in this part, there is not supposed to be any sound, so it should just sit still at 0, but it is not sitting still at 0. So if you are trying to detect the noise, you are basically trying to estimate the amount of dispersion present here. If you look at this part, again this is also just still sound but less noise. So here your ears can actually measure dispersion and tells you that this is a noisy environment and this is a less noisy environment. If I just get rid of the dispersion, then it will just sound like absolute still. So that was one example where we can feel with our ears the concept of dispersion. Now let me show you another similar example which is possibly even easier. So I will just play this sound. I will play something that we have all heard. So what you are seeing here is static noise from a television. Now static noise from a television, what does that mean? This means it is supposed to be just 0, just black. But because of noise, all those little tiny picture elements are dancing up and down, up and down, up and down, and similarly you are also listening to that dancing. So you are actually looking at dispersion. What you are seeing is dispersion. If the dispersion goes down, it will become like a flat screen. So when you want to find the amount of noise, you want to remove noise, then you are actually working with dispersion. Now let me give you another example which is much more down to earth. Suppose I show you these two sets of handwritings. So you can see that the letter G has been written how many times? 10 times here and also 10 times here. Now I tell you that one of these two sets is written by an adult person, adult and young adult person, and the other one by a very old person, above 80. So which one do you think has been written by a person whose age is above 80? It's not difficult to guess that this is that handwriting because the handwriting is shaky. If you just look at the loops, sometimes it is longer, sometimes it is shorter. This head is also changing a lot. So there is more dispersion in this handwriting, but less dispersion here. So lack of dispersion means more consistency. So if you try to write a computer program which will recognize, try to find out the age of the person writing it, using some kind of a machine learning tool, then that machine learning or statistical tool has to basically find out the amount of dispersion present in the different letters. So you see, dispersion plays an important role there as well. Now let me give you yet another example. So this example is about, so I will just show you this. So this occurs very much in economics. Suppose I have a stock price data as the toy data. Now you can see this is time and the value goes up and down, up and down, up and down. But at this point, over this region, it was just going very much up and down. This means that it is much more volatile here. So the people who are investing in the stock will be very worried here because things might swoop down and go up. So this is what is called a high volatility in that stock price. Here the volatility is low. High volatility is always a cause of concern to the investors. And volatility is nothing but just dispersion. So these people spend a lot of time trying to predict what is going to be the volatility in the future, and they are just working with dispersion. So you see, dispersion is everywhere around us.